when first off, I have always known that the spoilers will come in Friday or Saturday, so I always expected them on Monday. But then they suddenly increased that pacing, and now you tell me they are back to Monday? Well, forgive me for being a little bit of a selfish and ungrateful fan, but still, that is not exactly okay for me. But hi, for those who are watching, this is the Angry Anime Fan, and yes, this is of course the fairy tale chapter. We are now, well, what can we say? We are 5 chapters left, and well, whatever's gonna happen now, it's gonna happen soon, and it's definitely not gonna be to anyone's liking. All in all, the chapter itself wasn't really that bad. The only thing that is bad is, once again, Acnologia shows just why he is an immortal, undefeated monster, which seems to hint again that however the Dragon Slayers are gonna defeat him, the Hatem is gonna have such a blast bashing it, which I won't like. Oh, either way, in the chapter itself, the Dragon Slayers all begins to fight as they all team up. It's pretty amazing how they all do team up, even the artificials. But it's still worth noting that, of course, Acnologia throws them back. And he does that with just one little finger, or maybe just one hand. It's also worth noting that Eric Cobra cannot hear Acnologia's heart, meaning he is beyond anything else. So he just shows his one finger and says, "Do you know why I'm called the Dragon Kill? It's because I'm the strongest dragon in the world, obviously." So yeah, that is a little bit of a mistake, if you ask me. Again, you are never supposed to make a villain so strong so that he can defeat you with his middle finger. Well, technically that is not the middle finger, this is, but I mean his point finger. Because when that happens, when a villain gets defeated, because people need to realize a villain will get defeated. No matter if the story is bad, good, or just plain on fun for someone else, it's going to be like that. And worth no, no, that is a surprise. No, that's not a surprise, but I guess in the end, even that supporter left Fairy Tail. Pathetic, I say. But what I'm trying to say is the fact that a villain will always be defeated. You have to realize that. So sometimes making a villain so powerful that he doesn't even need to use only his pointy finger, it's a mistake. But of course, the gang itself gathers on and wonders what they are gonna do against everything else. But Elsa confirms that they cannot fight Acnologia. Neither magic nor just plain off offense will work because a sword needs to be enchanted with Dragon Slayer's power. Which again, people are gonna protest about. They're gonna say like, what happened to the Elaine way? And I'm gonna give you a you and say that is totally different. Acnologia is on a whole different level. But the only one who thinks she has something is Lucy, much to the hope of everyone else, as Acnologia's body is approaching. She first says that they need to prepare a large ship because, well, this is actually pretty funny. Yes, it can be a little bit stupid too, but it is still, it's like that moment actually pretty funny. It's so stupid it is funny because it is true. And that moment is the fact that one, they plan on having a ship and lure Acnologia onto the ship because, well, you all know, Dragon Slayers, even Acnologia, cannot stand vehicles. And you have to know, I mean, that is kind of funny if they're gonna defeat him that way. I know that it won't exactly be action-packed, but you have to admit that is a quite humiliating way for Acnologia to be defeated, which will suit him. But that's not the only way she says they will defeat him. Because according to Lucy, she believes there is one magic that will work on Acnologia. And I have speculated this a lot of times. I've said that the one magic that Acnologia cannot defeat is love, which of course, well, no one is gonna like. After all, love and power of feeling and blah 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 blah. Well, hey, do you want to love your family? Do you want to love your friends? Do they give you your strength? Think about that, you despisers. So either way, so she is going to go to the library together with Levi and Frido in order to find a special book. The book that contains the magic of bonds, the ultimate defending magic, fairy swear. And that is actually a callback, because if you think about it, if Acnologia could devour magic, then how the hell did he not scratch the fairy swear? Because the fairy swear is absolute defense. The fairy magic can defeat Acnologia. Of course, what they're gonna do after that is not exactly in way. According to Lucy, their plan is get Acnologia on that ship and then trap him inside with the fairy swear. What's going to happen then? Well, that is actually not known. I think it's gonna be like they're gonna imprison Acnologia's body into a similar rift of time. The only difference is he cannot destroy this one, while the Acnologia's soul gets defeated by the Dragon Slayers. Elsewhere, they are having a tough time against Acnologia. Oh, but we do see a sweet scene with Luxus protecting Wendy. And finally, everything, well, not exactly made clear, but there have been a lot of despisers, or reviewers, so I should say. Well, technically, I am actually the lone survivor of the Fairy Tale Defending, but before they also dropped the series, there were some reviewers who actually asked, what is Acnologia's motive? What is he doing all of this? And I have said tons and time again, Acnologia has no reason. I know that a villain with a reason is actually a good villain, but if you think about it, Acnologia is just the incarnation of madness and evil. He has no reason, and for the first time, well, he has actually said it many times before, but this is one of the first time he actually says it right in front of the Dragon Slayer's place. Acnologia is saying that his physical body is destroying the world outside the ravines of time. As he says he will destroy everything. Natsu asks, what are you trying to accomplish? And Acnologia just says, destruction. That is all. So yeah, that was what I mean. Acnologia has no reason other than pure and simple evil destruction. And I know, in a way, that doesn't make him a good villain, but at the same time, that doesn't exactly justify him. A lot of villains had justifiement for their evilness. Well, maybe besides the Tartarus people and Zero. But Acnologia has no reason. He has no backstory. In fact, it's not even explained on why he sought after Dragon Slayers. He is just pure and simple a monster. And he confirms it here. But Natsu refusing to give up, saying that this world is not so weak to be destroyed by you. Well, Fairy Tale will not end with the Acnologia ruling the world, but we do have 5 chapters left. As the others have as Gray and Juvia together with Mest have teleport them to a place where they're gonna lure Acnologia. Juvia and Gray says they need a large one. Elsewhere, the last surviving mages will try to find any way to lure Acnologia towards the place where they're going to get him on the boat. Finally, Levi, Fried, and Lucy looks inside the book together with Charlie and Happy in order to find that one book, the one book to cast the fairy sphere. That is the power of hope. That is their hope. They are going to trap Acnologia. Well, the first trap did not work, so if this doesn't work, I don't know. But then again, as I said before, there are 5 chapters left. So whoever they will solve this, they will solve it in this short amount of time. That's basically this chapter. As I said before, I didn't think it was that bad, and I'm not saying that only because I am a blind believer in Fairy Tale. I'm saying that because technically it wasn't. The only thing downside was Acnologia's extreme superpower, as I said before, because, as I said before, once Acnologia gets defeated, no one is going to like it, because of that one reason. Either way, that's basically this chapter. The haters are having a very big blast in all of this planning all of that. Honestly, it's making me sick to my stomach. But hey, what can we do? We can't do anything. No one wanna be arrested. So give me your thoughts if you have any.